Welcome to our tutorial for refilling original Brother LC-3219 and LC-3217 cartridges. For refilling these original cartridges, we provide the suitable chip resetter, high quality pigmented refill inks, and a very simple refill tool solution. Our syringe tips perfectly match the ink ports on the original cartridges. The tip itself is secured on the syringe by a lure lock connection. The ink port is closed by an internal spring valve. In our refill method, the refill tool tip is pressed into the ink port on the cartridge carefully. Hereby the valve in the port is opened. Right before filling the pigmented refill ink, it is necessary to reprogram the ink chip on the cartridge using the chip resetter. Please note that we provide a tutorial dedicated to the use of this chip reset device. For a more detailed demonstration of what is going on inside the cartridge during the refill, we have decided to take off the front part of the cartridge housing. You do not have to do this at home. Taking off the front cap is not mandatory. Inside the inner tank, after receiving the message cartridge empty, there always remains some residual ink. To avoid overfilling the cartridge when refilling the right quantity of refill ink, it is necessary to get out this residual ink first. For that purpose, we utilize our refill tool tip mounted on the syringe and press the tip into the ink port on the Brother cartridge carefully. We open up the valve and pulling out the remaining ink from the cartridge by pulling out the plunger on the syringe. The extracted ink can be used for refilling again. Filling in the right quantity of refill ink into the cartridge is done the reverse way, as the residual ink has been extracted from the cartridge before. The quantity of refill ink matching the type of our cartridge is in our refill syringe, and we fill this quantity into the cartridge using the refill tool. When the valve is open, we position the refill tool tip inside the ink port not perfectly straight. This ensures that the opening at the tool's front stays open for the ink flowing into the cartridge. As promised before, we also want to demonstrate how the refill works without taking the cartridge housing apart. We start by extracting the residual ink from our Magenta LC-3217 cartridge. When the inner ink tank has been emptied, we reprogram the chip on the cartridge using the chip resetter. Thanks to that reset, the ink level status for that cartridge will be a full status again. For our Magenta LC-3217 cartridge, we have taken 17 ml pigmented printer ink into our refill syringe with the mounted refill tool tip. We press the tool's tip carefully into the ink port on the cartridge, and we open by this the spring valve there. Same as before, we pay attention to that the sealing on the spring valve does not block the refill tool. Therefore, the tool does not sit fully straight in the ink port, and the ink can flow from the syringe into the cartridge's inners. Our two refilled original Brother cartridges are now ready for being set back into the printer and being used for printing. When the hatch covering the cartridges has been closed, the printer asks if the cartridges have been exchanged. We confirm this with yes. Browsing the printer's menu to the displayed ink level status of the cartridges, you can see that both cartridges are shown with the full ink level status. The status also has a question mark, and in the bottom line it is noted that the cartridges are non-original Brother supplies anymore. But both features do not have an effect on using these refilled cartridges inside the printer. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for watching. We hope that our tutorial provides a couple of useful information for you, and we hope to see you back at another Octopus TV session in the future.